Hello and welcome. This is Teresa, and thank you for visiting my channel, and welcome to my craft room. So today I'm going to do an ephemera book flip through. This was by request from Diane. Thanks, Diane. I appreciate those types of things. I love to show my ephemera book because I love my ephemera book. Is that silly or what? And so this is an old book that my daughter's boyfriend picked up at a yard sale. And so I took the binder off and I punched holes, and I tried using eyelets, but it wasn't a very successful attempt. I don't know, I might rethink that if I were to ever do this again. And then the cover is made with some of the fabrics from a fabric pack from Rachel at Roxy Creations, along with some other things that I had. This is something I did a long time ago. This is a cluster I did. This is some ribbon that I got from like Hobby Lobby or something like that. But I love this vintage piece of doily or crochet that is on here. So this is my cover page. I just put a note to myself that in this book I can find stickers, labels, and stamps. So we start off with stickers. And most of these stickers are from Taperology. No, I'm sorry, Washi Tape Company. These are probably from Amazon. And then these are some stickers that I printed Tracy Fox labels onto. And this was a Create with Scrimping Mommy label that I printed onto that. And then I just keep my hole reinforcers in here because they're stickers. These are some stickers that I made with my faux memo machine. And in case you can't really make out what I just said, it's a faux memo. Well, I'm not sure if this one is a faux memo. It's a mini printer. I have another one somewhere, but it's not handy. These are some stickers from like probably Amazon, and maybe these are from Temu. I used a lot of my Stampin' Up DSP paper. That stands for Designer Series paper. It was a good way to use up my 12 by 12 paper. This is from Taperology. These stickers are from Taperology. I think even these stamp-like stickers are. Then we get into labels. So these are word labels that I've cut out from different digital kits. I think most everything here is from Amanda with Create with Scrimping Mommy. This is just one of my clusters to decorate. Actually, this is a hidden paper clip. It's one of my favorites that I've created. These are labels that I really enjoy using a lot, but I can never remember what the name of the creator is for this digital kit. I've had them, this was my first print, so I haven't gone through all of them yet. There were a lot in the kit. So I started off with using vellum. I prefer pretty much to use vellum envelopes because I don't like the stickiness of those adhesive pockets, even though they're very handy. But it kind of bugs my OCD. And so these are just some, what do they call them? Like ink pad journal cards, because they're in the shape and size of a Tim Holtz ink pad. Just some miscellaneous there. That technically is pre-made ephemera, so it really doesn't even belong there. But we'll worry about that another time. Here is another hidden paper clip. And I've just got all kinds of stuff. I've got piano music labels in this little area right here that I'm not going to take out. And then these are all Rachel's labels, or what's left of the printout of that. And that's Roxy's Creations. These are my labels, as I've got labeled here on my tab, my labels that I've made with a stamp pad and just done some different things. Now these are from somebody else. I don't know who those are from, probably Amanda. This is another sticker, and it just happened to be on this page. The other day I was thinking I could move this page over by the stickers, but it's not really that important to me. And I got these from, where did I get these from? Either Temu or Taperology, I can't remember. They're good stickers. These are just some puzzle pieces that I made, and that's where I put them originally, and I just haven't thought of a different place to move them, so they're kind of mixed in with labels and stickers. And what was the other thing I said was in here? Stickers, labels, and stamps. So more labels from Amanda, I believe. These are with the labels because this is a travel kit, and there was a travel kit for this kind of thing, and then there was a travel kit for labels, travel labels, I guess is what she calls them. I don't recall. So these are all Tracy Fox Creative here. And then when you open up this page, you have some more Tracy Fox over here. And I did do some flip out pages. And then you have Tracy Fox, her label kit here. So two different label kits from Tracy Fox there. Here's some more of my labels. And these are planner labels that you could put in a planner. And I do expect to use these in one of my junk journal planners that I have in my mind, and a goal to do junk journal junk journal planners. So I've got that in the back of my mind that I want to use those for that. So underneath here are some more labels, and a lot of these are Tracy Fox, and I think oh, right there, I've got it labeled on the labels. These are Amanda's labels, and these are marked on this tab that they are Tracy Fox. So I just had fun with these. Now I needed some more space, so I did use one of those plastic pockets here. So I have all the plastic pockets. I have the really small ones, I have the next size, I have the index card size, and I have the biggest size. So I think there's 4 sizes, and I have all 4 sizes. So I do plan to make an ephemera book to put in my Ko-fi shop, and I will be using the plastic pockets for that because they're more durable than the vellum. And if they stick, you could try some talcum powder or one of those embossing buddies like Stampin' Up sells for when you're doing when you're trying to clear the static off of your page to do heat embossing. This is just, I like to decorate my ephemera book and make it personal to me. This is one of my daughters when she was a baby. She was so precious. She was such a good baby. She was the best baby of all 6 babies as far as being quiet and content at that age. She grew up to be a talker, though, let me tell you. When she was a toddler, I used to say she was going to be a lawyer when she grew up. Yes, she liked to debate with you. So here's more of Amanda's labels, but these are more like tickets. And here's more of that. Lots of fun stuff. So a lot of times, instead of cutting the page off, I folded it over so that I would be able to expand as needed. This is just me decorating up my space. This is actually a tuck pocket here. I just like turning this ephemera book into something that's very personal to me. These are just some odds and ends. I have another one of those somewhere. Is that a sticker? No, I don't think that's a sticker. I should find the other one and put them together. This is the small plastic pocket. These are some cutouts from an Ireland book that I have. I just love them. I love the images. And this, I felt like I needed more bigger space, so instead of trying to tear these vellum strips off, I just put plastic pockets. 3 here. Is that 3 or 2? That's 2. And then I can still use these as well. Or I might even just glue an extension onto this one. The sky's the limit with something like this. And having it so big like this, you can fit so many things. What am I looking at here? I am looking at, oh yeah, these are Tracy Fox paperclip. Hidden paperclip slips. Paperclip slips, I believe is what it's called. These are so cute. I really, really like them. I haven't used them for a while though. There's so many fun things to do, you know. Just because I'm not using something doesn't mean I don't like it anymore. It's just there's so many fun things to do. These are the Parisian ladies. This is kind of just like, it doesn't really fit in with my description of this book. This is from a kit from Rachel with Roxy Creations. This looks like some medieval Mirage. Yeah, I gotta put that on the front too, that my medieval Mirage is in here. So a lot of my pieces from the illuminated botanical, and the other one is, I don't remember. But anyways, my leftovers from cutting out ephemera are in here. Like this one is, oh boy, it's not coming to me. I want to say knights, ladies, Renaissance ladies. Oh, none of that sounds right. Yep, so this is a lot of fun stuff, and right here is a little different thing, whereas this is vintage punched book pages. So I've got an example of it right here. Didn't pick this up and hold it closer to the camera more often because it is heavy. And I did try to push my camera up a little bit more before starting this video to try and be able to fit most of this book in for when I am showing it. And then there's just some odds and ends here, probably from Rachel, because I think I recognize this piece here from Rachel. I just use a little piece of fabric as a tab, probably from that fabric pack that I got. This does fold out. And it's just so fun to have all these things organized, and it becomes even more fun as I use things up and I can spread things out more and be able to see them more at a glance instead of worrying about, you know, something being hidden behind. Yeah, I'm really very happy with this. I could put more right there. Just like to keep my options open. So with these rings, you have to, I put my hand in the middle of the book and I bring it up like that, and that helps it to close more easily. I struggled with it for a while when I first made it, trying to open and close it, and now I've pretty much got it mastered. I've moved a lot of my stuff to the second ephemera book, so we'll be looking at ephemera book 2 now. And I can almost hold this with one hand, but it's still a little heavy and not really good for my wrist. Okay, it's not fitting in its spot right now. There you go. Now, ephemera book 2. Oh, and then, well, I'm going to do it right now because I don't want to forget. I've now, what I want to say, transitioned to what I call Ephemera and More book. So this is my first Ephemera and More book. So this is not a real thick binder, but it's in between one of those little thin flimsy ones and a hard binder. So it's got a little bit of substance to it. It is a 3-hole binder, and I bought these pencil pouches from the dollar store, and this one has my book plates in it from Roxy Creations. This has my dried flowers and rub-ons. This has my faux washi, Florentine paper. My label fell off. These are numbers. These are adhesive sticker numbers for journals, or if I wanted to date like Junk Journal January, something like that. These are old book page scraps, sewn strips, thin paper prints that I got from Amazon, I think. Taperology, do-it-yourself paper. I see DIY, and I'm guessing that's what that stands for. So that's just my leftover from Taperology. There was a lot more than that. Tissue paper. So this has napkins and tissue paper. Wallpaper from Tim Holtz. And that's it. And then this is kind of cool. It has some inside pockets that I don't know what I'm going to do with those yet. I already do have another pencil pouch idea to put in here. I bought some feathers from the dollar store just because I don't have any feathers. I'm really kind of jonesing for that Tim Holtz die cut feather. But I need to look through my Stampin' Up dies and see if I have a feather in my Stampin' Up dies. Because I really don't care what the feather looks like. I just like to have feathers on hand, because when I was doing the Ephemera challenge, one of the prompts was salvage birds, and I didn't have any feathers. Well, I followed a YouTube video and I created a feather, And my hands are really super dirty because I've been playing today, but you know, it's stained dirty. It's grunge. My hands are grunge. Yeah, that's the way I like them. So anyways, let's get started on this. This was made with a book from the dollar store. So it's a nice tall book. I made my own spine because it had a very thin, like 1-inch spine. Then I covered it. First of all, I put gesso on it, and then I inked it with a stencil. And then I covered this with some fabric that I got from Yuma Marketplace. And I love this fabric. So I bought several pieces of fabric from there. These are some fabrics from fabric packs that I've got. Pretty sure that one's from Rachel. This is from Rachel. This is from one of the fabric packs, or, you know, maybe slow stitch I don't know. This is from Taperology, and then a sticker from somewhere. Now this one, I used a lot of the Stamperia and the Tim Holtz scrapbook paper. So there's a little bit of Stamperia there. This is some, what do you call it? Linen that I bought from Hobby Lobby, and then I rusted some paper clips and some safety pins, and then I wiped them all off with this fabric so I would have rust dyed fabric. Fun, fun, fun. It's the little things that make me happy. So it's getting very warm in here. This section is Scrimping Mommy, which I have my little label here, but I haven't used it yet. Maybe I was waiting to make a tab. I probably wanted to make a tab. So let's put it back there. Scrimping Mommy, Scrimping Mommy. These are from like her book lover kit, and maybe the compendium kit, vintage seamstress. You know, my memory is not all that great for those kind of things, so apologies if I said it wrong. Most of this is just something I made, but most of this is, and these are some labels that I cut out with my Stampin' Up punch and DSP. I think this is from Rachel. This I have no idea where it came from. Not my thing. Colors aren't my thing. I won't be using those. So I'm just holding on to them to see who they might be a good idea to send to for Happy Mail. Just not, oh, I might do it for a kid's journal, maybe. One of the grandkids. Never say never, right? Okay, I haven't been doing a good job of making sure that I'm moving the book around so that you can see everything. Apologies for that. Like the inside of the cover. This is Tim Holtz paper, scrapbook paper. These are my birds. Some of them are from Rachel, some of them are from Pixie Dust. I finally labeled them so that I could, oh, and these are from the Paper Outpost. I just love these. I really, really love these. They are just gorgeous. This is Ephemera from Stamperia. I threw a lot of this out because it's annoying. It's hard to keep track of. I don't like this thick chipboard stuff. I thought I would like it, but it's not for me. So I have a bunch in this this pocket here, and it just all wants to come out. I should put some glue down there. My butterflies are on this page. I don't know if I have more butterflies than that or not. I do have more stickers, I guess, but this is all I have for die cuts and that sort of thing right now. These are just pages waiting to be loved on. All with vellum. And then I've got some plastic envelopes here, or pockets, and then big vellum pockets here. Plastic pockets waiting. More Tim Holtz scrapbook paper. Here are my paper dolls. I've got the Tim Holtz, and I've got Create with Scrimping Mommy paper dolls. See? There's the tab that tells you paper dolls. This was made with a 3-hole punch, or 3-hole, 3-hole. Gosh, words are escaping me. These are some odds and ends from Shabby Dabby Doodah. So here are some of her labels, and these were some pictures and some dominoes, and she went through a time where she was struggling, and a lot of folks from this junk journal community went and bought her digitals to support her, and I bought probably about 4 digital kits at least, I would say. So I've got these all here, but she wasn't one of my go-tos, and so I haven't really had a chance to use these. I finally did use a bunch of her papers last night, and I used them for this stencil holder that I made. So this is a stencil holder that is held together by this ring, and each pocket has a tab on it that goes onto the ring, and each pocket is made with Shabby Dabby Doodah paper, and then there's a notch right here to pull the stencil out. So here I am going off on a tangent, which I usually do, I often do, but yeah, I've got just about the fronts of all these pockets done. I'll probably end up decorating the backs too, because they're so prominent. They're such a prominent part of this organizer. This is a stencil organizer. There I use some warm whole Italian paper and one of her ephemera images, and then just some string or whatever it is. Here's one of my sewn strips on a German page, and there's some lady on some Italian dictionary page, I think is what that is. So yeah, I've got more, but after doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 last night, I got tired. But I've got more stencils from, these are all from Stampin' Up. And some of them I cut down because I wanted to be able to use a printed out page of the Shabby Dabby Doodah paper, and I wanted it to work. Now this one I used some washi tape because it didn't go all the way across, but I wanted it to be easy and manageable. So some of my masks I did, that one I didn't have to, that was a smaller one. But some I did cut down, like I cut this one down. And then I was just gonna put it back in there, cut, but I had a crafting accident last night from doing this. These cut masks are sharp, and it took out a little chunk of skin. So, and then of course I went and took my nail polish off last night and got the acetone in it, and that wasn't a fun experience, let me tell you. But you know, Fabritac, I think, is an acetone, and so when you use Fabritac, it just really makes, if you've got polish on it, it makes your nails look really, you know, yucky, because it takes off the polish. And then I started pulling it off, and I'm like, oh, I need to get this hand I was very gentle with, and I didn't even get all the polish off because I didn't want to handle that acetone any more than I have to the polish remover, because it did not feel good when it got in that owie, as my kids would say when they were little. So back to this one. This is Shabby Dabby Doodah stuff. What do we got hanging out here? These are some cutout pieces from the Tim Holtz scrapbook paper. I don't know where that came from. And then we've got flowers. So some of these flowers, not really any right now, I guess. But I did have some flowers of Rachel's, and I think oh, this might be one. Yeah, I still have some. Very few. I used them all. And then these are like some chipboard flowers that I got from somewhere. Don't really like those, but I do use them sometimes on covers and that sort of thing. That's why I got a lot of those, because I don't use them very often. This is just from, I think, a Stampin' Up thing, and this was from Stampin' Up DSP that I fussy cut out. So just a variety of flowers here, and then some thrown in Tim Holtz scrapbook cutouts. More flowers. These are Rachel's here. These are Amanda's from one of her digital kits, I think. These are ads. Okay, this section starts with Taperology. There it says Taperology. So these are like some ads that came in the Taperology kit. A lot of tickets that, you know, have Asian characters on them. Got a lot of those. Then some background rice paper type stuff. This isn't really rice paper. I think I've got a piece that is rice paper somewhere. Labels, sticker labels, just some fun different stuff. Like this has some great texture to it. This is all from Taperology. I've probably ordered twice from Taperology. A lot of this is from the first kit, because the second kit I ordered more like laces, or not kit, but shipment. I ordered more like laces and that sort of thing. So this, I mean, I got so many of these things, and I really struggle with how to use them. So first there was a lot of them, and second I struggled with how to use them. So I still have a lot of these left. And the fact that I had my ephemera in like 4 or 5 or 6 different books, that doesn't work for me. I need things consolidated so that it hits me in the face. Now I love these doilies from Taperology, and this is a Stampin' Up die cut, but these are from Taperology, and I'm kind of hoarding these. I did use one of these on that other ephemera book, because that other ephemera book is a very special part of my craft room. This is a very special part of my craft room now. So these I pour my, you know, my goodies into, and my special touches and that sort of thing. So like some of the things here are called boarding passes. Then there's all these little cards. They're like journal cards and tags. and they're made with this interesting kind of cardstocky type paper that's textured, and they've got fauna and floral and insects and all different kinds of colors. Some are lined so that you can write on them, and there were a lot of these, and I don't really use them a lot. I'm going to start using them more in my junk journal planners. And then I have these tags. I haven't used a lot of these, but I did use one just last night. Ouch, I just ran over my foot with my, it's what you get for not wearing shoes to crafting or work. Okay, so I just used one of the white ones last night to make this tag. And so this tag was made with one of the white tags. This might be from Create with Scrimping Mommy. This paper doll is from Scrimping Mommy's kit. And then I used distressed crayons on this. And then I made some, what did I call this to myself earlier? Because this is brand new. I'm calling this burlap, I should call it burlap bling. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to call it. And then I backed it with a piece of Tim Holtz scrapbook paper. So here's another little example of my burlap bling. So I took some of these fortune papers, and I glued that onto some burlap that has some acrylic paint on it, I think. And so that's going to be a really cute little beginning of a cluster. And then some of these things came off when I cut this piece. See, like this piece wants to come off. And so I looked at that and I thought, oh, I can do something with that. And so what I did was I took because you've got shorter pieces going this way, and then you've got longer pieces going this way. So I separated the shorter pieces from the longer pieces, put a bunch of short pieces together, and then took a long piece and wrapped it around the shorter pieces and tied it to make like a little straw bundle or something. So then what I did on the last one, which I already sent to somebody in a happy mail, is, and I'm going to do that again right now because it's really cute like that, is, and I didn't really want the Panda Express to show on this, but I love this. This was the first fortune I opened up last night when I opened these up, and it says, "You are an artist, let your colors show." Wow, I thought that was cool. By the way, I am live, so if you'd like to say hi, you're welcome to do that. If you're not comfortable with doing that, that's fine too. But it's always fun to say hi back to folks and to find out like where they're from, that kind of thing. So I'm just gonna sit here with my fingers on this for a couple minutes. Give this Fabritac a chance to grab hold. And then I'll move this back over to my little odds and ends bucket. I have an odds and ends, where am I have an odds and ends, gosh, I thought I had a wet wipe here. Pencil pocket. And then I have like a little container of odds and ends on my desk. All right, so I have a ton of Taperology stuff. Here's more. Here's some smaller tags. Here's some tickets that came in the purchase. This is a little pocket that I made because I had a Taperology ephemera book. And like I said, too many books. I don't use it. I don't look at it. So this was in my Taperology ephemera book, so I just tore the whole thing out. That was on fabric and had this lace. And this lace pocket has some little flowers that I bought from somewhere. Can't remember where. Here are Rachel's stamps, faux stamps that her husband Stefano designed, and they're just lovely. She did it really in collaboration with his daughter, because I think his daughter is responsible for the drawing of these roses, but I'm not sure. So if somebody who watches Roxy's Creations YouTube and knows the whole full story about that, wants to share in the comments, that would be great. These are real postage stamps. I had gotten a ton from a lady. I think her contact information is in my idea book, but I'm not thinking I'm going to need any more for the rest of my life, probably. These stamps were sent to me from a lovely woman who lives on the Isle of Man, and I had posted in a group, actually in Create with Scrimping Mommy Facebook group, that I was putting my first travel journal together and I was going to give it to my grandson, who is special needs. So I always say special needs because he doesn't, you know, a child can have some kind of physical makeup that like causes a horseshoe kidney, or a heart murmur, or decrease in milestones of their development, so developmental delays and that sort of thing. And some of them do have, you know, names like, I don't know if mongoloidism is a word or if it's out of style or something, because, you know, when you're a kid, it's okay to like something or say something, and then when you get older, you get all this woke mentality, and there are certain things you can't say anymore or read anymore or whatever. I don't subscribe to that intellect or type of thinking. But anyway, so my grandson, he's like missing a Y chromosome, and his condition is very medical termy and it's not something that I can describe. So I put a label on it and say special needs. And but you know, anybody who is like, let's see, when I was a kid, it was okay to say, oh, that child over there is retarded, but now you're not allowed to say retarded anymore. So I don't know if it's mongoloid, and then there's other types of that. But anyways, anytime you have a DSM or something like that, it's like a medical diagnosis for developmental delays or types of genetic interruption that causes you developmental delays and that sort of thing. Any of those will have, because I learned this when I was going to school for special needs from a pediatrician's talk, any of those will have several like byproducts of it. That's nowhere near the right way to describe it, but that might be tics, that might be what else, autism, it might be like, there's all kinds of other things. Like one is a one of my granddaughters has it. It's when children are aggressive and they get so mad and so caught up in their emotions that they'll threaten to jump out of a car at 60 miles an hour. And a lot of it is caused by the sensations that they're taking in from the outside world. Like it could be touch, it could be noise, it could be stress, emotional, all those things. And then they go from like a normal 15 miles per hour to 60 miles per hour and kind of crazy. So anyways, this pediatrician was telling me how they have all these things. So my grandson is, He does have delayed milestones, so let's see, he's barely reading and he's in high school. But if you look at him, he doesn't have a lot of physical manifestations of it. His ears have a characteristic of his condition, but he can play football, he can run, he can wrestle, he crafts with me. And so anyways, I wanted to make him this travel notebook. I went off on that long diatribe just to say that I made this travel notebook for him because it's unlikely that he will ever travel very much outside of the United States. Heck, I haven't traveled outside of the United States until this year when I went to Mexico for the first time, but we just walked across the border to go to my husband's dentist and then walk back again. So I did this travel notebook, and she is a lovely lady. She gave me so much stuff. I was able to put all of it into the travel notebook and pretty much fill it up. It was really cool. More real stamps. So we got the stamps tab. And yeah, I like to share about things like I just did about my grandson because it's real life, folks. And I always say that my channel is about real life. And so I can only speak to real life as it affects me. Sometimes I hit on topics that some people might be sensitive to, but as long as I'm being respectful and not breaking any laws and following my faith boundaries, then, you know, it's up to me. It's my channel. So if somebody doesn't like it, they're welcome to go watch somebody else's channel who might be a little bit more fake than I am, afraid to upset or ruffle anybody's feathers. I don't try to ruffle people's feathers, but I don't hide what I think or how I feel about things. So this is a freebie from line dot and arrow, and I've got it labeled as keys and locks because there's keys and locks in here. I love it. One of these days, what I want to do is I want to take something like that key I just had out, and I want to do my cinnamon thing on it, my faux rust. That would look so cool. Actually, what I really want to do is I want to take the kit and I want to cut it out again with my Cricut on my Stampin' Up cardstock and do the faux rust on it. That would be so cool. Just haven't had time to pursue that idea. So that's just kind of a, you know, if I ever wanted to go look for this, I wouldn't find it because it's not in like a categorized, designated spot. But my organization is a daily process. It's a weekly process, whatever. And so I'm constantly thinking and studying and pondering on different organizational ideas and techniques so that I can have craft room peace. So there's a term that I've been hearing recently because I study planner ideas, and some of the YouTube folks will call it planner peace. And I am definitely looking for planner peace because planners are an integral part of my business and my life. So now I'm going to call this craft room peace. So these are cabinet cards, and a lot of these cabinet cards are from Amanda, and they're probably from other places too that I can't remember. But I have a lot of cabinet cards, like this one. Where in the world did I get that from? This is cardstock. Oh, wait. That looks like pencil writing. Oh, and this is shiny paper. I did not get this from Amanda. Did I? I don't think I did. I have no idea where I got that from. It's kind of cool. It's a decoration of my book. It's not ephemera to use. This one is hard, so I think I just, yeah, this is from a file folder, I can tell. I just backed this onto a file folder, made it a little bit harder. Lots of fun hours of play. This just kind of looked like a cabinet card. It just fell in with that category in my mind. Okay, so the rest of this is empty. If you have any questions about my ephemera books, I'd be happy to answer them to the best of my ability. And I do love sharing this stuff. The back of this has a little bit of Stampin Up paper. So what I had done on the inside of this book is I gessoed it, and then I don't know what I did, how I got that blue on there. If I ran an ink pad on it or sprayed it or what I did. But then there's a pocket here, which I'm not using. I haven't found a use for it yet. But it's got lots of possibilities, and it's fun when you have things that have lots of options. This book actually has 2 signatures. So it's about a 3-inch binding, I believe. And you can see the faux rust fabric in the middle there. And it has 2 signatures. Did I say 2 bindings? But it has 2 signatures. And I always leave my threads, my wax threads, hanging, because I never know when I'm going to be inspired or inclined to put a charm on something. I like to keep my options open. I think this is that rice paper. I think this is rice paper. These 3 pieces, I think, are rice paper. Oh, here's another piece right here. That one I started doing something with. I took a chunk out of it. Anyways, these things could be put into such a lovely journal. I just need to get with the program. Whoa. Something is falling out. We can't have things falling out of their place. Because these pockets aren't really big enough. I'm gonna have to get one of those plastic pockets and stick it here so I can put some of those big flowers there. Okay, ephemera book 2, I love you as well. Someday I might put some lace on it. I do that a lot with my covers. I just kind of like, let's see, this was an add-on, I think. But I do that a lot with my covers. I add on as I'm inspired to see something and say, oh, like this. I want that for me. That needs to always be here for me. And look at that. Because this can be an idea book too. So it doesn't have to be 100% cohesive, but I really, really like it there. So we're going to go ahead and put it there because this fortune paper, this fortune in this fortune cookie was put there for me. We know that, don't we? Make sure I put glue around these edges because you know inevitably that this burlap is going to want to fray. So if you just joined us, make sure you look back on my videos so you can see my explanation of this burlap bling. This part right here is the burlap bling, because I'm made these ahead of time and I'm used 2 of them, so I'm going to make more because they're really cool. In fact, that reminds me of Tracy Fox's videos lately. She's been pre-making things like one is envelope closure. She demonstrated for a policy closure and just a regular envelope closure. And then one of the videos after that was tabs with what she called picture hangers. And I looked at that and I looked at that and I thought, too bad I didn't do a pocket there. That would be kind of cool to add that in as a pocket. See, there's, oh, actually I used 3 pieces of my burlap bling. That would be cool on there. Anyways, where's my pen before I lose it? I was talking about Tracy Fox and her second video that I watched. That was cool. I was looking at it and I was like, wait a minute. I have something like that. And they're not picture hangers. You know, it's the same look, but mine are from Stampin' Up. So Stampin' Up doesn't have them anymore, but they used to have these tins. And what did they call them? Oh, not bits and bobs, but anyways, and the tin that I bought was from a retired Stampin' Up Facebook group. And so there's 2 kinds of these. Where's the other one? I made some of these last night. So one is like a triangle and one is like a circle. Okay, and so then I had brads to go with it, so they match. I didn't like how loose this was, so I cut out a little circle with my 1/2-inch circle punch, and it made a little bit more solid, but still it was a little bit wobbly, but it doesn't matter. Once I put ribbon into these, that will secure them a lot more too, I think. I also did put a bead of glue underneath these to try and make them solid. But so, oh, and then a little bit of washi tape to make this smooth. So now these can go on, like, I wouldn't use it for something like that, but they could go on a journal card or a tag. Could go on a tag. So of course these were cut out with my whale-tailed tab punch. Of course I wouldn't use that there because we'd have to cover up his head too much. But really cute to have this kind of stuff prepared ahead of time so that when the moment strikes you, you're prepared. All right, so I've been going on and on for probably 58 minutes, it looks like. So let's wrap it up. And I want to thank you again for visiting, for watching my video, for commenting, for subscribing as you feel led to do so, and for hitting that like button. So I have a special request to you that if you're watching this video, would you please hit the like button? It would be fun to, yeah, I mean, I can see the views, but sometimes I wonder about those views. But if you, I mean, because I think if I view my video, I get included in that count. So would you please hit the like button? If you don't like the video, please hit the dislike button, but one or the other, so that I can see more of an accurate count of how many people are watching the video. And it's a simple thing to do, and I think it's helpful to my channel for other people to find it. So I would really appreciate it if you would hit either the like or the dislike button.